Professor of Citizenship at Glasgow University. That press conference later on today. And don't forget Drive Time. Fiona Stocker will be here with Drive Time from 4. She'll bring you any and all the updates from that.
It's 7:15 now. Scottish politicians have agreed to a wide variety of reforms to the justice system, including scrapping the not proven verdict. The package of changes will also see changes to the jury system, raising the threshold for returning a guilty verdict, as well as creating a specialised sexual offences court. Well, Thomas Ross, KCE, is a Scottish advocate specialising in criminal defence. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Hi, good morning.
What's your reaction then to these changes yesterday?
Really, really sad. I mean, it just feels like a terrible act of self-harm. I mean, the trial system in Scotland has been developed over 300 years. The not proven verdict perfectly encapsulated the function of a jury in every single case, and they're just, throwing it out with the chip papers.
Explain to our audience then when it would have been used and how it differed from not guilty.
Many cases are very, very finely balanced, and the discussion about the not proven verdicts tends to centre around sexual offence trials, although the changes apply to all trials. And in sexual offence trials, quite often there are only really two witnesses. There's the person who's making the allegation, and there's the person who's accused. And the other evidence is entirely neutral in terms of medical evidence, forensic evidence, that kind of thing. So if the jury hear both of the key participants in the trial and they believe both of them, then there could be no verdict other than not proven, really, because the jury are told that the onus is on the prosecution to prove the case beyond reasonable doubt. So for anybody who's ever actually sat in a criminal trial, the verdict made absolute perfect sense. And as I say, it's a real shame that having kind of stumbled upon a unique solution. I mean, nobody else in the world had it, but yet it was, it sat perfectly with the function of a jury in a trial. And we're just throwing it away under pressure from pressure groups. What
are your concerns then that the outcome of this could be that more people would be found guilty that previously wouldn't have been?
Yeah, I mean, that's the purpose of it. I've no doubt about that. And it's going too far in some cases. The type of example I've just given you where the jury might find it difficult to distinguish between the evidence of the accused in one hand and the evidence of the complainant in the other. The jury might think it's going too far to find the accused not guilty because that sounds as if it's a declaration of innocence. So, the problem there is we had a solution to that problem. We had a solution because the jury could use the not proven verdict. But going forward, they wouldn't be able to do that. And, of course, it doesn't apply in sex cases, only it applies in every case. So, I'm really concerned about it.
What could have happened instead then? Because it is a quirk of our system, isn't it? And the argument could be made that having three options, it can be confusing. It's not happened elsewhere. Could there have been something else that happened instead?
Absolutely. I mean, every lawyer who listens to the argument agrees that given that the function for a jury in every single case is to decide whether the charge has been proved or not proved, then the obvious way to move is to give the jury two verdicts, namely proven and not proven. And those would be recorded by the court as guilty and not guilty. I haven't heard any lawyer who's ever argued with that logic. So if I was rewriting the system to make trials fairer, I would go to proven and not proven. If I was rewriting trials to try and get more convictions, then I would do this.
Now, these changes are being made by politicians, not by lawyers, as is the way that the system works. You've mentioned this already this morning. You've also written in the Daily Mail about the influence of lobby groups in all of this. Do you think that they've had too much say here?
Listen, they're fantastic. I'm not criticising. They're fantastic to go from, launching a campaign to end the not proven verdict to achieving it in 6 years is fantastic. So, I congratulate them all this morning. I just think it's, making things much poorer in terms of a uniquely Scottish solution to a problem that exists all around the world. it just seems odd that the Scottish Government would tear up something which is uniquely Scottish and made perfect sense to every lawyer who's ever heard it. So, I congratulate them. They've done a fantastic job. They go at trying to get rid of jury trials completely. And there was some kickback in relation to that. And already they've announced that they're not happy with the fact that we're moving on to a 2/3 majority. So that will be a protection for a while. Whether the government will stand up and hold on to that protection, time will tell.
Well, we'll put all those points to Angela Constance, the Justice Secretary. She's coming on the programme just after 8 o'clock this morning. Thank you for your time. That's Thomas Ross, KC.
We've been chatting about the turn